Hey, what's up, everybody? So, got my guitar and do something a little bit different today. So, you guys probably watch it, any of you guys that have been watching, and I appreciate you guys that have been, and see me wearing all these rock band t-shirts. And then you hear me make music that usually is not very close to rock music. I know I made a couple. I made kind of the gothic inspired one and the Dope Lemon one recently, but usually it's like a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of R&B, even a little bit of jazz influence sometimes. So today, I just felt like taking the MPC One Plus and banging out a rock tune. Besides the MPC One Plus, I've got the Orange Terror Stamp. And for anybody who doesn't know what the Orange Terror Stamp is, came out in, I believe, 2020, and it's a 20 watt hybrid amp. So it's got a 12AX7 preamp tube, which is what I'll be using today, and then it has a 20 watt solid state power amp, which don't sleep on that 20 watt power amp. I played a gig recently, and I have the 2 Notes Revolt preamp, and I played the gig with that going into my jazz chorus. But I also have a Moore tube engine, which is a 20 watt tube preamp, and power amp, I'm sorry, not preamp, 20 watt tube power amp. And so the 20 watt tube power amp is a lot louder than this 20 watt solid state power amp. But in the past, I've played gigs where my former second guitar player, he would borrow my amplifier, and it was this Orange Terror Stamp going into my 10-inch quilter cab, and it was definitely loud enough for him to keep up with me with my jazz chorus at a moderate volume for a smaller venue, the Kibitz Room here in LA. Everybody who knows like LA rock folklore knows the Kibitz Room. It's where bands like Guns N' Roses, those, like a lot of those dudes got their start playing there. And so yeah, like the Orange Terror Stamp is amazing if you want that orange sound, and especially like maybe later on I'll make a video. Actually, I did post a video yesterday where I was playing the Terror Stamp into the Moore tube engine, and it sounds like a big orange amp, which is pretty cool, pretty nice. So today I'm going with the Gretsch G5655T into the Orange Terror Stamp. I have the gain on 11 o'clock, so that's where it gets starts to get a little crunchy. You know, if you dig into it, you can get some. But if you keep it nice and pretty, you can get the. I'm gonna stop that. I love guitar so much. Put a guitar in my hand and I don't stop playing it. But yeah, going Gretsch into the Terror Stamp, I have it going out of the line out into the Audio Fuse Rev 2 from Arturia, which is, as anybody who's watched before knows, is my interface of choice. One of the things that made me choose this particular interface, not only the preamps, not only that the preamps have enough gain and that they're like pretty much noiseless, and you can power a mic like the Shure SM7B. Not that I'm planning on getting an SM7B, but I was looking into the Electro Voice RE20. And those mics, usually they're like broadcast dynamic mics, so they require like an inline preamp, so a cloud lifter, a FET head, anything like that. I know they recently came out with a new update of the SM7B that costs $100 more, and basically it has the preamp built into the mic. But yeah, I bought this just in case, because you never know when like somebody might want to make music with you. They might want to sing or something. They have their mic of choice, and it's one of those like gain hungry SM7B type microphones. Audio Fuse has enough gain to power one of those microphones on its own, which is nice. But the other thing that's wonderful is on the back of the Audio Fuse Rev 2, you have a whole lot of I/O, and what I'm using is the third input, which is, if there's no preamp. So I'm using this preamp, and I'm going directly out of the preamp of the Terra Stamp and bypassing the preamps of the Audio Fuse just so I can get that nice guitar sound. And then if I choose to, I'll use the cabinet simulator in the MPC One Plus. I probably won't. I'll be honest with you. A lot of times when I make guitar music, I don't even use a cabinet simulator. Okay, I'm at 180 BPM. That's the global tempo. I'm going to name this verse, and I think we're gonna have the verse be the... That sounds nice and crunchy. Cool. Now we're going to jump over to the chorus. That's the second one. This will be just a 2-part verse and chorus song. Real simple, real crunchy, real greasy. Okay. I think I need 4 bars for this, and then we'll double it up afterwards. Let's get it done. Okay, that is perfect for the guitar. So I'm gonna ditch the guitar, and then I'm gonna grab my bass. Okay, back with the bass, and it's in tune. That's enough of that. So let me name the track bass, and then we'll get started. Start on the chorus. Real simple. Yeah, so basically ripping off Black Sabbath. But yeah, I like Sabbath, so who cares? Here we go. Perfect. Okay, the volume seems good. And yes, I did decide to go into the Terra Stamp. I turned that shape knob, which was in between 1 and 2 o'clock for the guitar. I turned that down to about 10 o'clock. And then I turned the gain down a bit just because the bass is more powerful. And as far as the setup on the bass, I'm using both the bridge and the neck pickup of my jazz bass, and the bridge is all the way up to 10 and the neck is at about 8, and I've got the tone in between 7 and 8. Gives it that nice round sound. I play with my fingers. I don't know, I just resist playing with a pick. To be honest, the first band that I played in high school, I was the bass player and I played with a pick. So maybe now I just like have to prove myself that I can play without a pick. I mean, I played upright in the jazz band, so I have nothing to prove. But yeah, you know how you musicians, we get these weird little things that we won't deviate from. Gotta go to the verse now. That sounds good. Okay, good. We're done with the bass. Okay, here we are. Gonna switch over from these audio tracks to the MIDI tracks and hide all of this info right here, the mixing info. And now I'm gonna create my drums. So I'm gonna go to track 1. Let me make sure that doesn't mess with the audio. Yep. Okay. And let's name it drums. Now let's assign samples and browse. Not going to use the Lindrum today. That's like the default folder that it opens up to. Here, let me put this towards the camera a little bit more. Hopefully this helps. Yeah, I think you can see now. So, I do have some acoustic drum samples from Wave Bakery. Let's do that. Kick. One of these. Place it. I have no idea what happened, why I'm not hearing that. Well, we'll deal with that later. I think I like 29 or something. I don't know why I'm not hearing anything, but let's see. Let's get a ride. So yeah, I have no idea why I can't hear these when I'm triggering them. Let's go back to the main. Yeah, I got no clue what's happening right now. So I guess I'm gonna add another program and then assign the samples this way. So we'll go kick, we'll assign it to that one. What on earth is going on? You can hear it when I do that. Gonna assign the snare to this one. Gonna assign that ride to this one. Let's just finish assigning. And then I guess I'll have to turn the camera off and figure out what's going on. So let's get some toms. I don't think I need a high tom, so I'm just gonna do a mid tom and 23 it is. And now I need a low tom. Usually I would play both of these back to back, but I can't really do that right now, so I'm just gonna have to trust it. And yeah, let's get one more cymbal. Let's get a hi-hat. Let's get a closed hat just to make sure. Cymbals, hi-hat, closed. I like 42. We'll get 41 as well. I don't know what's going on right now. So I've got everything. I don't know why it's not playing. Should be coming out of output too. Should be coming out of speaker A. Well, I guess the best thing to do is going to be to try to save this. So we're going to save the project as today's the 7th. So we'll just say 02/7/2024. Jam, do it, save it in MPC Beats. Okay, I'm gonna save this, then I'm gonna cut the machine off and back on, and hopefully, okay, my memory and CPU are very low. I don't understand what's going on. Now it's just magically playing. Sometimes these things happen. So I'm gonna back out just a little bit, and I'm gonna lay down a drum. So I'm gonna start off by following with the kick drum. I'm gonna follow the bass, and let's go. Okay, I think that's it for the verse. Let's go over to that chorus. Okay, we're gonna double this up. Double length, and I'm gonna give it one. We're okay. So let's go in here into the audio tracks and mess with some stuff. Actually, first I want to do the drum track. So let me solo this. I'm gonna squish the crap out of it. Okay, let's listen to it. Let's listen to them both. I think I'm happy with that. Start off with a verse. This one's pretty loud. My ears are ringing, but that's what I wanted. So let's get it. Okay, that was super fun. Not too bad. I don't know what was happening with the pads not responding, but you know, stuff like that happens sometimes. Definitely got some music out. It's crazy because like I didn't make any music while it was raining for those 3 days. I didn't really have the desire to. It was like low energy, just barely doing much of anything. Reading, which is cool. Watching some stuff, listen to some new music. Like I've been listening to Matt Wilkinson's radio station on Apple Music and picked up some cool gems there. Also, I did some stuff for a song that I'm releasing. Now, it's not a song that I made here on the channel, but I have posted some shorts featuring the song. It's called Uncertainty. It'll be out February 16th, so 9 days from now. And I'll have a link to the hyperlink is what they call it. It's where you can pre-save the song before it comes out for like Spotify and Apple Music, and I think a couple of other streaming services as well. But yeah, that song is called Uncertainty if you want to check it out. It's nothing like this, obviously. Today I just felt like making a rock tune because yesterday I was like jamming and just I remembered this song from back when I had like a rehearsal studio, and I used to go in there and just record myself playing drums first and then bass and then guitar and then vocals, and I'd spend like all day in there. Sometimes I'd come away with 2 or 3 songs, and those are the first songs that I started to play when I put together my own band. It must have been like 2015 or something like that, and I did that until I think I got rid of the rehearsal space in like 2018 or something like that. But yeah, I had this song that I recorded there. Sometimes I'll go through all of the unfinished music that I have, and like I was just going through it, and then I started playing that song, and I was like, that's cool. That's not the song that I did today. I actually was jamming later because I have this Mosrite copy, like the guitar that Johnny Ramone played, and whenever you plug that thing in, it's like 2 P90s. It's just like a straight up rock machine. So it's just rocking out. Came out with that F sharp thing, you know, where I'm pedaling on the F sharp with my thumb, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I just figured I'd slap something together with that on here, since I don't think I've ever made that type of track here before. But yeah, lots of fun. Whoever watches, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. You can make rock music with the MPC One Plus. Takes a little bit of patience, but honestly, when I was recording drums is one of the worst things you can ever have to do. Like, you never know. You could be in the same room with the same drum kit, but you don't have your mics set up in the same place all the time. And those of us who have to like rent a rehearsal space and share it with other musicians, you don't have the luxury of keeping everything set up all the time. So you have to go in, set up your mic. You know, you got to mic your kick drum. You might have to stick some stuff inside of the kick drum. You might have to tune your snare drum depending on what's going on. You might have to shut down certain drums and isolate them so you get it to sound nice and clean. Your overhead mic, it might work nicely that day. It might not. You might need to change the position of your kick mic. Like, it's just a mess. So honestly, like the little bit of fiddliness that you have to deal with when you're trying to make drums sound passable for like rock drums on the MPC One Plus is nothing. Because I remember spending like 3-4 hours just to get the drums laid down for a track for one song, you know? And then by the time you're done with that, you're like, I gotta get something to eat, because you're playing drums, and playing drums is a labor intensive thing. Not my favorite thing to do. I only learned to play drums because when I was in high school, the band I was in, they didn't always want to record. Like, we'd just be drinking over the weekend basically. And after we rehearsed our songs, like I bought like a 4-track tape recorder. I'd want to record. They wouldn't always want to do it. So I was like, I'll do it. You guys have all this gear and this garage, like things that I don't have. So I taught myself how to play drums basically because of that. And then from there, I would just beat on the drums, like at home, just like beating on pillows, like setting them up in the same, yeah. And luckily I had the rhythm to do it. But playing live drums, not my favorite thing. And working with a drummer, the older you get, it's hard, because most of the good drummers are already playing in a ton of bands, and if you're gonna get someone like that to play with you, you're gonna have to pay them, which I don't really have the budget for that. And then the drummers that you can play with, you're usually going to be, the pool of guys you have are going to be people who like use your rehearsals as practices, and that's no fun when you've been like practicing the songs all week long, every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day over each song, and you get there and then you have to like remind a dude what their part is in this place, and you can tell like since the last time you met they just didn't play the songs at all. So that's why I play solo shows now, because it's like I can write all the stuff. I don't really need to be dealing with that. Like, this is my hobby, you know. It's not like I'm out here trying to be like a rock star or something. Like, it'd be sick to tour, play more music, play more shows, but like I don't really care that much. So as long as I get to play, I'm happy. And having so many moving parts is a pain. And if you're in the same boat, or if you're just like, you know, I have friends that are touring musicians that like go on the road, and they go out with I think a machina, and the one guy is like handling everything, and then there's the singer. And yeah, they're opening up for Jesus and Mary Chain and stuff like that. So like music is just in a different place now. So even if you are a rocker, you don't have to be constrained by the fact that you can't find a decent drummer, you know, or that or whatever, you know, you can do it yourself. And this was a lot of fun.